Well, hey there everyone. I've actually been wanting to make this update video for a couple of weeks now, and I wanted to bring everybody up to speed with where I'm at. A lot of times when I'm working on larger projects like this, a lot of it is just radio silence until it comes out. So, first things first, an apology. I'm sorry for the drought. I feel really bad that I have only uploaded, 3 videos this year? And now, granted, you know, one of them was a very large one, but it was also sort of a vanity project based on a game that I personally really wanted to talk about that I think even I knew that there wasn't a whole lot of interest for, and as much as I love Gravity Rush, I kind of made that one knowing it wasn't going to get a whole lot of traction, and it also may not have been really the thing that a lot of people were here for. I'm so glad I made that video, but it did take a lot of time, resources, energy, and all that, and it's also kind of led to just how dry uploads have been this year, and so I am sorry. I do want to go ahead and address the state of the review on Digimon World 3, or, to be more specific, Digimon World 2003. I am actively working on it. I'm a pretty good chunk into the game now, and I am actually, once I'm done putting together this update video, I'm gonna get right back to work recording footage of that game to get that video ready. I'm also changing up how I do a couple of things so that the backside of making the video, like the scripting, editing, and all of that is a little more straightforward. I'm changing the way that I do notes. I'm doing it all electronically. I'm not writing it all in a notebook anymore, even though my brain likes, you know, the physical paper thing of it. But I'm trying to make changes that makes this more efficient so that I can bring you a better product quicker. That said, the fact that I am working on that video now also means I am also canning a couple of things, or at least putting them on the back burner for the time being. I wanted to make a bunch of smaller videos after, the Digimon World, or the Rumble Arena 2 video, and the Digivice video, which did a lot better than I was expecting. And I was actually kind of trying to tackle some of the side Sonic stuff, because I kind of wanted to get back to talking about Sonic on this channel. And I was kind of hoping it was going to be my way to lead into being able to discuss more Dreamcast content on this channel, which I still plan to do. I love that system. It's my favorite system of all time. And I think it has an incredible library of games, a ton of which I really, really want to talk about. And there's one video in particular centering around a Dreamcast game that I really want to talk about next year to celebrate its 25th anniversary. We will get to that, but for the sake of actually getting the big video done that I know everybody was waiting for right now, everything has been put on hold. I was actually mid-production on a review of Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, and I decided to just put an end to it and focus up. That also means no Metroid month this year. I'm skipping this year, partially because a ton of plans that I had for actually getting that review put together just did not work out. I still need to get my 3DS sent out to get a capture card installed. It's a whole thing. And maybe next year, by that time, Metroid Prime 4 will be out. It'll be a better time to actually discuss that game and the other 2 games I wanted to talk about anyway. But again, it was just I didn't want to sacrifice, making just a bunch of smaller things just for the sake of having uploads up. It would be easier, yeah, but I want to make sure I'm delivering what people are here for. That does mean it's going to take a little bit more time because I'm working on a much bigger project, but I'm also focusing my energy and my resources and what schedule that I have to put towards it into that. So that's kind of where we are right now. Again, in the future, especially next year, I am planning on making a bigger push to talk about the Dreamcast stuff. Whether we do the Sonic side stuff leading up to that, might just jump to Sonic Adventure and kind of, save the Sonic spin-off stuff for a later date. I'm undecided. We'll see. I'm not sure yet. It also could be, some smaller videos for the end of this year. But I figured it made more sense to just work on the big thing now and then see what time I have left at the end of the year to get a couple of smaller things done. There's also one other video centering around one game and series that might also take up that December slot if it works out. But, again, focusing. First things first, Digimon World 3. After that, while I do really want to make a bigger push for Dreamcast stuff next year, and I really want to make my mark with this channel on that library, where does that leave Digimon? Well, that's not going anywhere. Actually, I'm planning on, at some point in the future, reviewing every Digimon game that has ever released. Maybe we'll start talking about TCG stuff. Maybe we'll talk more about the V-Pets. Maybe we'll talk, I do think what I'm going to start doing is focusing up on just games that were released in North America and, the stuff that had the widest release, those bigger games like that, and then kind of taking a step back and then looking at stuff that was like exclusive to Japan. So, Sega Saturn, Japan exclusive PS1, Wonder Swan, stuff like that. I will get to all of it in time. So rest assured, next year, still going to be plenty of Digimon, and I'm already getting some stuff kind of in order for Digimon World 4 once I'm done with World 3. So I don't want y'all thinking that I'm abandoning that franchise. I do have a lot of love for it, and I do appreciate what covering Digimon content has done for this channel as well. So that's kind of where we are with all of that. Now, when I am working on bigger projects like this, and it takes me months at a time to actually work on, a single video, that's where it starts messing with me a little bit, because that's bigger portions of time that I'm just not feeling like I'm getting anything done, even if I'm working towards something. And that doesn't feel good, and then that also just isn't great for my mental health, and then that further diminishes what I'm able to work on and what I'm able to produce, and I hate that. So something that I actually thought about doing, just so that there is some guaranteed content for every month over on Patreon, and then I'm still kind of working out the details how I'm going to bring it out exactly over to YouTube and stuff, although I'm thinking what I might just do is have it be a timed exclusive over to Patreon, maybe for a week or so, and then release over here is a monthly podcast, pre-recorded, partially just because trying to do a live show doesn't really work for me right now. There's one of the many reasons I had to leave Sunset City was because this is not my full-time job. I have a full-time job, and it is in a management position where a lot of people are relying on me to have the energy and mental capacity to fulfill a leadership role over there, and I need to make sure that that is my number one priority. One of my responsibilities in that is making sure that I am available as often as possible so that other people on my team are able to take time off and this, that, or the other and everything. And that just makes it harder if I have a time of the week blocked off every week or whatever that I just can't be there. It just makes it complicated. So what I'm thinking of doing is just pre-recorded episodes. Once a month, I will bring one of my other content creator friends on. We will find a topic that we feel really passionate about or that we just really want to discuss, and talk for an hour or two and just provide a little bit of extra content that we can provide to you, so that people supporting this channel are getting a little bit of something for their investment, for their time, for their money, because I do not like how little I have had to offer you in the past year or two. I felt like my output, while I've been working on some much larger videos, it just makes the time in between feel so quiet and so shallow, and it just doesn't make me feel very good about myself as a content creator. So, but it's also something that I've just been kind of wanting to do for a while anyway, and I feel like it just gives me that one extra thing that I can also do with a lot of other peers in this space that I've been wanting to connect with more anyhow. So, still working out some details on that, but I am planning on having the first episode of said podcast released this month in October, so that's going to basically start immediately. It probably won't be till the end of the month, But I will, of course, let you all know on, you know, Twitter, Bluesky, over on Patreon, just what the plan is for that. And then it will see some changes as time goes forward, and as that concept develops, and maybe even how it releases might change. We'll see. But I do want to go ahead and get started with that, just so y'all have something from me in the meantime. And that just leads me to wanting to say thank you, because I would not be in such a cool position. Sometimes I think about like just how many people are subscribed to the channel, just how many people are supporting over on Patreon, and it's kind of insane numbers when you think about it. There are people that do this as like a full-time career thing, and like, their numbers dwarf mine, but that doesn't really matter, and that doesn't change how amazing it is that so many of you are actually here to support me and to help me along this journey. And I just want to make sure that you're getting your due in this journey as well. So if you'll have me, I still plan on being here for a good long while, and I still have a lot that I really want to do, and I want to make sure that I'm delivering what you're looking for as well, even if I do want to start making a bigger push towards, you know, some of the stuff I really want to talk about too. If you have any questions, hit me up on the Twitters, the comment sections, anything like that. I'll be happy to answer them. I just didn't want too much more time going by, just wondering where I was and what I'm working on. I am working on everything right now, and I am hoping that it's going to lead to some great stuff in the future. Thank you all once again for listening. This was just a stupid one-shot, like, you know, where am I update video, and this wasn't even properly scripted, so I'm stumbling over my words and everything, but I definitely appreciate each and every one of you watching and listening, and I hope that you will hear more from me very soon. I'll see you next mission.